May this be the start, just as 1983. If there are 100 young girls in small towns, whether in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, whether in Assam and Bengal, whether in Jammu Kashmir or in Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh, all of you young women, you make India proud. I'm recording this the morning after, and I'm still filled with warmth and joy and pride for what these young women have achieved. They put a smile on the faces of our country. They've made people shed tears of joy, and that is something that very, very few are able to do. It's a day that will rank on par with the 25th of June 1983, with the 2nd of April 2011, with the 24th of September 2007, all those great days. And many, many years from now, people will say, you know what, this was Harmanpreet's team. This was the time that India stood aloft and said, we are the world champions. But even more than the performances that they achieved, this was a story of the coming together of an astonishing set of people who braved the odds. All great stories are about that. But even more than the men who've done us proud, these are stories of young girls who braved every possible hindrance and went out and did it. It started with the captain, growing up in a small town in Punjab, in Moga, going out and playing with the boys, a dupatta around her waist, and playing all these years. Saw the disappointment of 2017. She'd made 171, 100 that is fit to rank among the greatest played by any Indian, and then found India falling short in 2017. And then Harmanpreet lifts the trophy in 2025. It's a wonderful moment for her, as it is for the player of the series. You look at Deepti Sharma and you think 11 of 12 back that day in 2017, and you think of that no ball. That no ball that was so heartbreaking, and you think, is this the woman who will be remembered for just falling short on the big day? No, she got a 50, over 20 wickets in the tournament, player of the series. It is a beautiful story of redemption, as it is for Smriti Mandhana, poster girl of Indian cricket these days, and yet she was there too in 2017. Grew up in Sangli. There are other girls growing up in towns like Sangli, dotted across all over India, who are saying, I want to be Smriti Mandhana too. And Smriti, this is what you have done. What about Jemmy Rodrigues? Left out in 2022. Left out of one of the matches in this tournament. Not sure what her role is. One day number 5, one day number 3. Then in that semi-final against Australia, she plays the innings of her life. She plays an innings that is part of folklore. And then suddenly, this little small-built woman from Bandra who played hockey early on, who had to adapt her game to the realities of the modern sport, she will stand tall. She will tell one day, many years later, she will tell people, I played that innings, against Australia. Kranti Gaur, 40 kilometers away from the closest place that you can play cricket, a small town in Madhya Pradesh, has to go and play with the boys like so many of these people do. One of the things I'm hoping that this win will achieve is that, yes, it's good to be going and playing among the boys too. Maybe they're physically stronger, but may there always be opportunities for young girls who want to look at all these people and say, yes, I too deserve to be there, like Shafali Verma does. Can you imagine being left out? Her father's a heart patient, has a heart attack. She doesn't tell her that she's been left out. And then she gets picked. She comes back, maybe a little overawed playing in that semi-final. And then in the final, she plays an innings that a lot of us thought she could, but she had the presence of mind to be able to play that innings. And well played, Shafali Verma. And well played, Harmanpreet, for giving her the ball as well. And as she grows, she'd realize that she needs to bowl a little bit more. But such a lovely story. A young girl who cut her hair so that she could look like a boy and be playing among the boys. What about Renuka Singh Thakur? Lost her father at just 3. Her mother encouraged her. Comes from a little place in Himachal Pradesh. On the big day, in the semi-finals, bowls beautifully. There are such beautiful, heartwarming stories that'll bring a tear to your eyes. There's Sneha Rana. There's Richa Ghosh, another fabulous young talent with parents who encouraged her. Sri Charani, similar stories. Amanjot Kaur, As a young girl, they said, you don't have a bat, you can't play. And then her father's a carpenter. He goes into his workshop, crafts a bat for a young girl and says, now you go and play, and backs her even when there are people around saying, is your girl going to play with boys? Is your girl going to play cricket? And then she takes that catch in the final. I'm sure it was all worth it for that family. Pratika Rawal, 90% plus. Is she going to be the VVS Lakshman of this team? 90% plus in her 10 standard, 12 standard. She's a psychology grad. When you're doing all that, do you have time to be playing cricket at the very highest level? And she does. But she makes over 300 runs in the tournament. Those partnerships with Smriti Mandhana, well done to Pratika Rawal. And then there is Amol Muzumdar. His life could have been a story of what might have been, of where he could have been but didn't go. One of the finest domestic players. You make a list of all those fabulous players who never got a chance to play for India, and right there among the very best will be Amol Muzumdar. But does he spend his life in frustration? Does he say, the world's been unkind to me? But like so many of these young women that he's coached, he finds a way out. He finds a redemption story. And he says, I couldn't do it, but let me take another group of people to a World Cup win. This World Cup win, make no mistake, it's always about the people on the field. Make no mistake, it's also about Amol Muzumdar. It's also about the support staff who, when nobody is watching, are pepping up their team, or preparing them, getting them ready to come out and play. So Amol Muzumdar, very, very well done. And all of you young women, you make India proud. May this be the start of so much more, just as 1983 was, just as 2007 was. And if there are 100 young girls in small towns in India, whether in Kerala and Tamil Nadu, whether in Assam and Bengal, whether in Jammu Kashmir or in Rajasthan or Madhya Pradesh, if they're looking at you today and saying, I want to lift a World Cup one day, then you've done something that very, very few can be.